atmosphere. He loves it.
Here he comes. Come on.
You absolutely love it.
I'm going to change your nickname, Magician Showman. Wow, it was fantastic out there. That was so dominant to go 5-1 up, but how twitchy did it get towards the end there?
Yeah, it's difficult out there. Can I just say, it's much easier in here?
Yes.
I haven't missed a ball since being a pundit in here. No, do you know what? The problem is, against someone like Jack, who's given me a good seeing to the last few times we played, you sit out there, it doesn't matter what the score is, you just never feel safe. Yeah. And then he starts knocking a couple in. I played a couple of good safeties, he rolls one in from the cut, and you just think, oh, it's happening again. And it felt every time I got to the table, it was just slightly awkward. I was a bit nervous.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm delighted to have got the win in the end.
I bet you are, yeah. And you mentioned that the last few times against Jack, we were talking about that semi-final at the UK Championship in 2022. Now, you hardly got in to get a shot. He made 4 centuries against you. And I wondered, actually, we were wondering aloud, whether that had informed the way you decided to play it, to be so authoritative right from the start.
Yeah, do you know what's actually happened is, seriously, like, I get a lot of criticism from doing this job whilst I'm doing that job. But by being able to analyse other players, you know, I got the best seat in the house at the UK is watching Ronnie go on to win it, the way he did it. I get to analyse the other greats and work out how they do it and what are they doing that I'm not. And I just realised over Christmas and working very hard that, you know, I'm good too. Yeah. And I decided to go back to my original style, getting on with it. I felt like I'd gone too slow. And wasn't necessarily lessons learned from the Jack Lazowski match. It was more a case of watching real great players from the comms box, from here, and watching the game from an analytical point of view has really helped my game.
Yeah, I think it's a really good point, and it's a point that actually a lot of professionals that probably don't watch a lot of snooker that should do, because it's amazing what you can pick up watching the great players, you know. And that's what we were saying today, the way you stuck to your guns, the way you used to play. You know, even taking that black on, it was a typical sort of safety shot. I mean, taking this black on, because the safety shot, you can leave it up, but this is what Shaun Murphy used to do and can still do.
I just couldn't see a shot to play, and in the end I just thought, you know what, I'd go for it. Try and pot it. It's as hard as the safety shot, and if you miss it and lose the frame, well, you're still 5-4 up. You know, it's not the end of the world. No one is more surprised than me when it went. I couldn't believe it.
Well, everybody was straight up on their feet because it was such a fantastic way to finish off that match. We talked about the fact that it was a very open game from the two of you, obviously. Lots of chances you were affording one another. Against Ronnie O'Sullivan, would you change your philosophy at all, or will you adopt the same very aggressive approach?
No, I think that's how I'm going to play now till I retire. I think I've finally learned, after 20-odd years on the tour, that I should stick to my game. You know, that's what I do best. Get on with it, get my average shot time down, and that's what brings the best out of me. It's not going to win me every game. It's not going to win me every tournament. That's how I play my best snooker. That's how I enjoy myself out there. And, you know, that's what it's all about.
And encouraging the crowd out there, Ken. We were saying how much they really were rising to the occasion, for both of you, actually. But you seem to be able to garner a lot of support, even the way you go about the entrances, coming in, giving everyone a wave. And you mentioned the fact that after you made your century, you acknowledged the crowd, a la golf. Is that something you're deliberately trying to do?
Just think it's weird how other players don't do it. I think it's peculiar how the crowd applaud and they just look at the floor like that. I think it's weird. You know, it's not something I'm doing on purpose. It's just, you know, when we do our shows, we do a lot of exhibitions between tournaments. You're always interacting with the crowd, and I think, you know, if you're of that nature, it gives you something extra. But I think
how important is it when you play Ronnie O'Sullivan on Saturday? Because, like, he garners such, you know, a big following here, very vociferous. How important it is for you to try and get the crowd on your side as well in that match?
Well, you know, obviously playing Ronnie in London, you know, will come with its own challenges. It's a first for me. It's never happened. So I've obviously seen it happen enough. We've never played here. I imagine he will have most of the support, as he does everywhere. It doesn't matter if he plays in Tibet or, you know, here. It doesn't matter where he plays.
He's everywhere.
You know, he has the biggest support of anyone. But, you know, I think for the neutrals, and I'll have a good support as well, I think the most important thing, whilst of course we're trying to win, that's, you know, you want to take the show, I think it's about putting the show on. And I think it's about entertainment. We're an entertainment industry. And we'll definitely put a good show on.
Well, let's not go into the head-to-heads, but he leads reasonably convincingly at the moment overall in your career here, Shaun. But you have to go back to 2017 before said your last win against Ronnie. He's been pretty dominant over the last few years. So how would you try and change the narrative, or is enjoyment part of that narrative for you on Saturday?
Do you know there aren't many players who have a positive win ratio against O'Sullivan? No, I'm not in a small club.
No, true.
He has a positive win ratio over most players. But I have beaten Ronnie before many times in big matches, in finals, Premier League, Championship League. You know, it's not as if I've never beaten him.
Oh yeah.
I think you know, I'll give as good as I get. Who'll get to 6 first, I've got no idea. But I'll be going out there trying my best. I'll be trying to put the balls in the pockets. And I think if I play like that, like I did tonight, I think I could be a handful.
Well, you certainly had us dancing in the studio here with Born Baby Born.
I hope no one was taking any pictures, actually.
No, I might not win the snooker tournament, but I win the best walk-on song.
Definitely, every time. So, fantastic performance tonight. Very well done. You are back in the semi-finals after 4 years, and it's great to see you back there.
Well done.
Okay, so we're back on the air at 1 o'clock tomorrow because we got another 2 quarter-finals to sort out. We've got the defending champion Judd Trump playing Ali Carter at the 2020 runner-up, and we've also got Mark Allen against Mark Selby in the evening. So much to look forward to, but we leave you with the news that the magician is through to face the Rocket on Saturday. Can't wait. Cheers. Bye-bye for now.